Stop for a moment before you scroll any further, because this message may have reached you for a reason today. Sometimes in life we believe that everything we see online or everything that appears in front of us is just random, but there are moments when something shows up exactly when our heart needed to hear it. Maybe today you were scrolling without thinking, maybe you were looking for entertainment, maybe you were simply passing time, but something inside you made you stop here. And sometimes those small moments are not accidents. Sometimes they are reminders that we are not alone in the journey we are walking through. Life can become heavy in ways that people around us may never understand. We wake up every morning trying to do our best, trying to keep moving forward, trying to stay strong even when our hearts feel tired. Many people carry silent battles that no one else sees. They smile in public, they speak kindly to others, but deep inside they are searching for hope, direction, and peace. If you have been feeling that way lately, then listen carefully, because this message may be exactly what you needed today. There are moments when we feel lost in our own lives. We look at the path ahead and everything seems uncertain. We ask ourselves questions like, where am I going? Why are things happening this way? Why do some doors keep closing in my life? Those questions can make us feel confused and discouraged, but the truth is that not every closed door is a failure. Sometimes a closed door is protection. Sometimes it is guidance that we cannot understand yet. Many people later realize that the things they once thought were the worst moments of their lives were actually the moments that redirected them towards something better. When we are standing in the middle of a difficult season, it is almost impossible to see the bigger picture. It feels like the struggle will last forever. It feels like nothing is changing. But life moves through seasons just like nature does. Winter never lasts forever. Eventually the snow melts and spring arrives, bringing new life and new growth. Our lives also move through seasons of waiting, seasons of learning, seasons of struggle, and seasons of blessing. When you are in the waiting season, it can feel like nothing is happening. You may pray and wonder if your prayers are even being heard. You may try your best and still feel like progress is slow. But just because you cannot see movement does not mean movement is not happening. Think about a seed planted in the soil. When someone looks at the ground, they cannot see anything growing. For days and weeks it looks like nothing is changing. But beneath the surface something incredible is happening. The seed is developing roots. Life is forming quietly and slowly where no one can see it. And one day that small seed finally breaks through the surface and begins to grow into something strong and beautiful. Many times our lives follow the same pattern. The growth happens beneath the surface before it becomes visible to the world. If you are in a season where everything feels slow and uncertain, remember that growth often happens during the quiet moments. Sometimes life also brings pain that we do not understand. We experience disappointment, rejection, or loss, and we begin asking why these things happen to us. Those questions can stay in our minds for a long time because pain makes us search for meaning. But often the answers we are looking for do not appear immediately. Sometimes understanding comes later when we look back and realize that those painful moments taught us lessons we could not have learned any other way. They made us stronger, wiser, and more compassionate toward others. Many people who inspire the world today once walked through seasons where they felt completely lost. They faced rejection, they made mistakes, they experienced failure, but those moments did not define their future. Instead, those moments shaped the person they eventually became. The same thing can happen in your life. Your past does not cancel your future. The mistakes you made do not erase the purpose you still carry inside you. Every person on this planet has chapters in their story that they wish they could change. But those chapters do not have to be the end of the story. They can become the beginning of a new direction. If you are still breathing today, it means your story is still being written. There are still pages that have not been filled yet. There are still opportunities waiting somewhere ahead in your journey. Sometimes we also compare our lives to others and we start believing that we are behind. We see people who seem successful or happy and we wonder why our own path looks different. But comparison is one of the fastest ways to lose peace in life. Every person has a unique journey with different challenges, different lessons, and different timing. Just because someone else reached a destination earlier does not mean your journey is less meaningful. Your path may simply be teaching you things that their path never required. And one day those lessons may become the exact wisdom someone else needs to hear. Purpose is not always something dramatic or obvious. Many times purpose appears through simple acts of kindness and encouragement. Sometimes helping one person through a difficult moment can change more lives than we ever realize. The words we speak, the support we offer, and the compassion we show can create ripple effects that continue long after the moment has passed. That is why your presence in this world matters more than you think. You may not always see the impact you have on others, but your existence carries value and meaning. If you are feeling discouraged today, remember that every storm eventually passes. Even the darkest night eventually gives way to sunrise. The challenges you face right now are not permanent. They are part of a season that will eventually change. And when that change arrives, you may look back and realize that the strength you developed during this time prepared you for something greater ahead. Sometimes the greatest transformation in our lives begins when we decide not to give up even when things feel difficult. That decision to keep moving forward is powerful because it opens the door for new possibilities. Life may surprise you in ways you never expected. Opportunities can appear when you least expect them. New friendships can enter your life. New understanding can grow inside your heart. And sometimes the moment you were about to lose hope becomes the moment everything begins to shift in a new direction. If you are watching this right now, maybe it is simply a reminder to slow down and reflect on how far you have already come. Think about the obstacles you survived and the strength you discovered during moments when you thought you could not continue. Those moments prove that there is resilience inside you. And that resilience can carry you into whatever the future holds. Your journey is not finished yet. There are still chapters ahead that you cannot see today. There are still opportunities that have not arrived yet. And there are still people whose lives may one day be encouraged by the strength you chose to show during your hardest moments. So take a deep breath and remind yourself that you are here for a reason. Your life is not random. Your story still has meaning. And sometimes the most important step you can take today is simply believing that something good is still ahead.